Welcome back to I've Got Something to Tell You with Tayler and
Colleen.
Episode we don't know anymore.
Yep. Too many.
I really don't.
We ran out of fingers.
I know. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
I know. I felt that way when we knew we weren't going to record.
Mhm.
Like, 'cause we see each other once or twice a week.
Yeah.
And when
I don't even remember.
really screwed us up.
How dare those pilgrims? But I know I can't even remember like the last time we recorded. It's so dramatic. It was probably like the week before.
I know. Like it's been years.
Like it's been so long. Colleen's been to California and back, and I didn't even know.
I thought I told you. I'm sorry.
You did say out of town, but for some reason I was thinking like up north or something.
Oh,
And I was
okay.
like, oh, she went all the way to California. She's like
You're
a
like-
whole other state.
You're like, wait a second. I'm going to need you to tell me if you leave the state next time.
I was like, oh. But it's been a long weekend.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. But yeah, what else have we been up to?
I feel like,
Thanksgiving.
yeah, we got food brain going on right now.
We do.
But I feel like we have a long one today. So we'll just do a quick reminder about upcoming live shows.
Mm-hmm.
And then some exciting stuff that we're doing with the podcast. We have more listener episodes that we're going to be sharing. We have the live show on December 8th. I'm going all out of order, which is why Tayler did not really handle this. But so we have the live show on December 8th, and then we have another, and that's at Bottle Shop 48.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be when this is out Monday, because this comes out Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. This comes out Wednesday, so it won't be this coming Friday, but the next Friday.
No, Monday.
Okay.
Norman?
Listen, all the details are on our Instagram.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
You look at the calendar, it's December 8th.
It's on you guys.
You figure out if it's a Monday or Friday, because I don't know.
I know for a fact it's a Monday. This episode comes out on a Wednesday. So December,
That I know.
okay. I'm confused. Okay. So we have December 8th, the live show at Bottle Shop.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have another live show at Jared's on January 10th.
Colleen's birthday.
No.
Yeah.
And then we have listener stories and bonus episodes. We're doing some really cool stuff with the bonus episodes thanks to Tayler and her creative ideas. So please listen to those too. They're really fun.
Well, and we also have some listener stories that Colleen's been gathering. So I listened to those too.
Yep.
Because those are fun.
And thank you guys for sharing your stories with us, because those are awesome.
It's a treat for me too, because
Yeah.
I don't listen to them until we record.
Well,
so
yeah, I get double treats because I get to hear the stories from the people and then see Taylor's reaction to them.
yeah,
So selfishly send more.
send us more. We love them. Okay, well, do you want to get right into it since we have a long one? Well, you have a long one.
Yeah.
And I'm ready for it because she gave me the opportunity to choose between a murder, a conspiracy, or a survivor story.
Yeah, I just was because like I was bumping around on all of these different stories that I wanted to do. And I was like, Tayler, what like mood are you in?
And you already know.
And she's a conspiracy. And I said, that's what I thought. So Tayler, I've got something to tell you. And since you asked for conspiracy tonight, that's what we are doing. Because I am covering one of the strangest, most debated mysteries in true crime and wilderness history.
Ooh.
The Dyatlov Pass Incident, which I'm going to mess up this. It's Dyatlov, but I keep calling it Dyatlov.
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 Okay.
So Dyatlov. No disrespect because this is a big one. But
Okay.
we're going to kick off with where it takes place. But it's literally got everything. So just really jam-packed. We got a cornucopia of conspiracies for you.
I love that.
So the story unfolds in the Ural Mountains in Russia. In photos, the mountains are beautiful, huge snow-covered peaks with wide white valleys. But the reality is brutal, as most Russian winters are. They're very long and severe. Temperatures fall well below zero. Winds can shift from cold to absolutely skin peeling in minutes. And more than anything, this area is isolated. It's far from towns and far from rescues. If something goes wrong out there, you're kind of shit out of luck. It's the kind of wilderness where one mistake can turn into a disaster. And this is where our group of hikers decides to go. So let's meet these maniacs. So it's January 1959. A group of 9 experienced hikers set out to hike the northern Urals. They were all part of the Ural Polytechnic Institute's hiking club, and winter expeditions like this were something they were trained for. These guys are badasses. I'm going to go through a list in here in a second, but just like I could do a whole podcast about just these people because they're wild. Okay, so their leader was Igor Dyatlov. He's 23. He was organized, steady, and respected. So basically it was like if Igor set a route, they knew it was going to be great. Like,
oh, cool.
Yeah. So they would just follow it. Like if you got to go on one of his routes, you were like, fuck yeah. So he was known for planning difficult but very safe expeditions, and the rest of the team trusted him completely. And here's the rest of the group. It's a lot of Russian names. So.
Understandable.
Okay.
They're hard to say.
I texted Tayler, I was like, yeah, I'll see you early today. And then I was like, I bit off more than I could chew. But mainly practicing a lot of these names. Okay, so Zina Kolmogorova was 22. She was strong, determined, and one of the most experienced hikers in the club. She was the kind of person who kind of kept the morale up on long trips. Ludia Dumanina was 20. She was disciplined and serious, but also deeply loyal. She pushed herself hard and expected the same from the group. There's a story of her getting shot on one of their trips by on accident, and they're like taking her back to camp or where, I guess the hospital.
Yeah.
Or they're just Russia. They're just like throw some dirt.
Sew her up.
Yep. This is like breakfast to us. Just kidding. But so she doesn't complain the entire time, but she actually apologizes to them for being an inconvenience.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They have Rustin Slobodin. He's a long distance runner with a calm personality. He's the steady presence of what a difficult trip needs. There's a lot of Yuris. So they have.
Bless you.
Bless you, Seb. So there's a lot of Yuris. They have Yuri Doroshenko and Yuri Krivenchenko. And they're both, again, early 20s. They've been lifelong friends, and they are known for big personalities, and they have a lot of courage. Though Doronchenko reminds me of you because he gets a little too brave sometimes. And there's a story.
Just start calling me, wait, what is his name?
Doronchenko.
Just start calling me Doronchenko.
I won't because it's too hard.
We'll forget it.
Yeah. But so he one time scared off a bear with a hammer.
Oh my God.
I feel like that's the most Russian thing I've ever heard.
That's crazy. Bears scare me though.
I saw a TikTok where it was like, if I ever get eaten alive by a bear, no, I got a few pets in though.
Like, oh.
Yeah. There's Alexander Kolovatov. They're all pretty much in their early 20s, but he's thoughtful, analytical, and dependable. He was the one who paid attention to details and made sure things were done right. Nikolai Thibault Brignol, 23, level-headed, experienced, and quietly confident. And then we have Semyon Zolotarov. He was the oldest. He was 38. He's a newcomer. He was a World War II veteran, extremely physically strong and someone the group welcomed because of his experience. And then we have another Yuri Yudin, who was in his 20s, a close friend to many, and someone who struggled with chronic hip pain, but he had always been part of their hikes. So strong.
You didn't let it stop him?
Yeah, strong like bull. I don't expect you to remember all of these names. I will repeat them as they come up. Yeah. Okay, so this trip was not just for fun. They loved hiking, but the group was working towards their Category 3 hiking certification, which is the highest difficulty level at the time. To earn it, they needed to complete a long, demanding route through the mountains in severe winter conditions. I learned so much about stuff today. So also, I was like, what is a Category 3 hiking certification? And then I went down a dark hole of this. But essentially in Russia during this time, or I guess, I don't know, maybe just Russia.
Maybe it's still,
maybe it's everywhere. But
I don't know.
They had like these wilderness clubs at the university or at universities. I feel like Russia takes everything really seriously. So they had these clubs and they could like achieve different certifications and they took it like real serious.
They took it all the way.
All the way to the top because they're hiking.
And they're level 3.
Yeah.
Is level 3 the highest?
That at the time, yes.
Okay.
I had to stop looking.
I would assume if they're that intense.
Yeah. Okay, so the group's destination was Mount Otorten, deep in the northern Urals. They planned their route carefully. They kept diaries of all of their travels, and once they would reach their destination, there would be a small town that they could go send a telegram saying that they had made it safely, and then let them know that they're coming back. Okay, so the trek begins. The first few days were slow. There's deep snow, heavy wind, and they were carrying heavy packs, but the group was experienced and in good spirits. Photos show them laughing, posing, and cooking together, nothing out of the ordinary. A few days in, the terrain becomes steeper and the weather colder. The wind picked up and visibility dropped. It was like the time where every step took effort. And I'm not comparing because it used to really bug me in movies where like people would be like in cold weather or like underwater or something. I'm like, move faster. But
like, hurry up.
Ever since I went to Alaska and you have to wear like so many layers of clothing and it's so cold, like
you're like, I'd take it all back.
Yeah, respect. I would have died in like 15 minutes. Yeah, I got gut checked real hard. Okay, so the weather is changing and now the group is changing too because Yuri Yudin, who had the chronic joint issues, the hip problems, he began to struggle and the cold and the terrain pushed his condition to the point where he physically could not continue. It actually would have put him and the rest of the group at risk if they had to carry him or make the decision to leave him behind. So he decides on his own that it's a safe enough point to turn back around and he'll regroup with them when they return.
Okay.
So he turns back and the others continue forward. So now they're down to 9 and the group keeps pushing deeper into the Urals. The weather kept shifting, colder winds, heavier snowfall, and long stretches where visibility continues to drop. It gets to a point where they have to stay close enough or they would lose sight of the person in front of them. It slowed them down, but winter conditions like this weren't unusual for a trek of this difficulty. They had trained for it, so they kept moving. By February 1st, they reached the slopes of a mountain called Kolot Cycle, a barren, windswept hillside where nothing grows. The name translates roughly to Dead Mountain, but it's because it's going to take on a different meaning. People hadn't died there, but it's because it's so barren. And like, I looked at pictures of these mountains and it's like fully rock and stuff. Like nothing really lives there. And then in the snow time, there's like snow.
Yeah.
In the snow time. In the winter.
I like snow time.
So the weather wasn't ideal, but the group decided to stop and set up camp on the exposed slope. So they decided to sleep on Dead Mountain. They built their tent into the snow, got settled, cooked a hot meal, and prepared for the night. Now, back at home, everyone is waiting on one thing, the telegram that meant the group had finished the route safely. Days passed as they waited, and finally the day came for that message to arrive, and it didn't. It's when everyone realized something might be wrong, which, not getting the "we're alive" telegram probably is not a great sign. So they're trying not to freak out because winter treks can run late. There's storms. There's just the inevitable, abominable snowman that you run into.
The cryptids.
Yep. So the first day that it's supposed to arrive, they're kind of just okay. But several days pass and the families start to worry.
Uh-oh.
They reach out to the school, the Ural Polytechnic, and the school does not shrug this off. Hiking in the Soviet system was not a hobby. These expeditions were structured, monitored, and recorded. So honestly, I really feel like they took it seriously because they can't be late because it'll make us look bad. So if a group was overdue, they didn't ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
So they sent out a group of members of other, the university hiking club. They had other little groups within the hiking club.
Mm-hmm.
And they send out those people first. Because they know the Dyatlov group personally, they followed the planned route, expecting at any moment they would see tracks or note some sort of small camp or anything, because they're following exactly the footsteps that their friends should have taken.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't find anything. That's when the school contacted local authorities, and they now have 9 missing students in a Russian winter. This was not something a small search party could handle. So the authorities bring in the military. Remember this. They bring in helicopters, planes, trained search teams, and equipment built for the terrain that they would be covering.
Mm-hmm.
It's now a full-scale rescue operation. The search covered a massive area. Even with helicopters and planes, though, it's looking for a needle in a haystack. This is the Russian winter. At any point, if they're sitting for too long, they would be covered in snow. Mm-hmm. So for days, they see nothing. Then, on February 26th, about 13 days after the official search kicks off, one of the search planes spots something that looks a little off on the slope of the Colette cycle. Death Mountain.
The name just keeps getting scarier.
Yeah. Death Scary Valley. Grim Reaper Cove.
The Devil's Mountain. Okay, I'm done.
Killers. Something.
Foreshadow? Okay.
Okay, well, maybe. Okay, so anyways. So they notice this something dark that's half buried in the snow. So they drop a ground team to go check it out. And when they land, they realize that it is the Dyatlov's group's tent. It's collapsed and partially covered in snow, and it's just sitting there in the wide open. From a distance, it looks like it could have been knocked down by wind or drifted over. But as they get closer, they realize this is not something that weather would have done.
Oh, no.
The tent had been cut open from the inside. So they're walking up to it, and there are these long, jagged slashes from the inside out. Whoever was in there wanted out fast and wasn't waiting to bother with the zipper.
Mm-hmm.
So the rescue, and all of them are staying in one tent.
Oh, okay.
So the rescuers are what happened here? And then they see footsteps, which is kind of wild because they don't see any sign of chaos. There's nothing coming up to the tent.
Mm-hmm.
It's all footsteps going away from the tent.
Mm.
So the footsteps are going down the slope. Cut it.
Noise.
Thanks. Okay, so the footsteps are going down the slope towards the tree line. Some of the footprints were bare feet. Some of them looked like they just had socks on.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them showed like one shoe and one bare foot. So like
Crazy.
they're just leaving as fast as they possibly can.
Yeah.
So it's like 9 experienced winter hikers ran away from their tent at night. And it's also like negative 24 degrees.
Yeah.
Without
Bare feet.
bare feet.
Ugh.
Yeah. There's a, okay, side story. It's, maybe we cut this because now I can't remember it, but it's the movie about the girl and she gets attacked and she runs like 3 miles in the snow. And oh my God, why can't I name it? Okay, cut that out because I can't name it. Okay, so yes, 9 experienced winter hikers ran away from their tent at night in the cold without their boots. So the searchers follow those tracks. The tracks lead down into a sparse patch of forest at the base of the slope. It's about a half a mile away. A half a mile running in your bare feet in the cold.
And the negative.
Yeah. This is where the search team found the first 2 bodies. It's Yuri Doroshenko.
Oh.
I know. And Krivonchenko. And right away, the scene is bad. Both men were wearing almost nothing, just underwear and thin shirts, which tells you immediately that whatever made them leave that tent, they wanted out.
Mm-hmm.
Their bodies were severely frozen. Their skin had a dark, almost purplish gray look, which happens when the cold has shut down circulation completely. Their hands were stiff and curled. Their faces looked swollen especially around the cheeks and the nose, which are the first places that freeze when you start to freeze to death.
I did not know that.
Me neither. I learned a lot researching this. Weirdly, they also had burns on tops of their heads and their hands. Right next to them, at the base of the large cedar tree that they were found at, was a small fire pit, but it's like just a tiny circle of like charred branches. Like it's barely anything. It's kind of like they're grabbing at whatever they could to like stay alive.
Oh.
But then the rescuers look up and they see that branches of the tree were broken as if they were trying to climb up it like frantically.
What?
And it goes really high up. Like,
Dang.
it's not like they were just like grasping at like a few tree branches to make the fire. It was like they were climbing the tree.
Mm-hmm.
They also later on find pieces of the men's skin attached to broken tree branches. Yeah. So it's already like, what the hell happened
here? Yeah.
After finding the first 2 men at the cedar tree, the search team kept following the tracks, but then they see that the footsteps started turning quickly back uphill. So the rescuers follow that path, heading back toward the tent, and that's when they find 3 more bodies. Mm-hmm. They find Igor Dyatlov himself, Zina Kolmogorova, and Rustin Slobodin. All of them were spaced out along the slope, facing uphill as if they had been trying to get back to the tent and just didn't make it in time.
Mm-hmm.
So they were also very underdressed for the weather. They basically had grabbed like whatever they could. It seemed like they had light jackets. They didn't have boots on. They had just been wearing whatever they had inside the tent and grabbed it and ran. So Rustum also had a small skull fracture, which they said was probably from repeatedly falling on the icy slope while trying to climb. But he also had other injuries that, like, when you fall, you don't fall head forward or backward. You fall hands forward. So he had bruises on his hands and stuff that would suggest that he would have fallen to catch himself. So the skull fracture.
Oh, so why would he hit his head too?
Yeah. None of it is adding up. So now the picture looks like this. They have 2 men who died at the cedar tree. 3 died trying to get back uphill. So 5 are found total, but they still have 4 that are missing. And no one has any idea why they left the tent still.
Yeah.
So that's when like the big storms hit and snow buries everything. So the last 4 people are just gone at this point because the snow covers the entire crime scene.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call it a crime scene. Death Mountain is covered in snow. So they have to wait until May. So they're found in February and they have to wait until May for the snow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's when a group of searchers go back to the spot they had found the other bodies, and they found the rest of them about 200 feet from the cedar tree down in a shallow ravine near a creek. They found Ludia, Simon, some people say it's Zeman, Nikolai, and Alexander. They were lying in this like natural little bowl in the landscape. So if they were trying to hide from the cold, that's kind of where you would go.
Mm-hmm.
It would offer some protection from the wind. And right away, the rescuers noticed something different. These 4 actually had clothing on. Multiple layers, jackets, pants, some of it mismatched. And that means they had taken clothing from the hikers who died first.
Oh.
So they were probably together and like they took pieces, whatever they could, like in order to survive.
Mm-hmm.
But that is a survival tactic.
Yeah, if they were like dead or I get it.
Yes. So they're not doing it disrespectfully. It is a survival situation. But so basically they're trying to keep each other, like they're all trying to keep each other alive.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get to the injuries that they find on these people. This goes from like nightmare to like what the actual fuck happened out here. Nikolai had a massive skull fracture. It was such a devastating blow that it would have killed him instantly.
Dang.
Ludia and Simon had crushed ribs and internal bleeding that they compared to a car accident, but there were no external wounds. Well, there are, but like not in the sense that like it's like all internal, and they have all these like broken bones, but like they're all almost similar enough that when we get into the theories, it wouldn't be consistent with like if you get stuck in like some sort of like natural disaster, everybody has a different type of injury. Nobody has all of the same
ones.
Injuries.
Yeah, that's weird.
So this is everybody's favorite part of, if you know this story, you've been waiting for this. Ludia was also missing her tongue, eyes.
What?
Yeah. And parts of the soft tissue around her mouth. This can happen after death, especially in the snow, but there's blood in her stomach that suggests that her tongue was removed before she died.
Ew.
Yeah. So now they have all 9 hikers, but they have no avalanche debris. They have no animal tracks that would suggest any sort of attack. They have no strange footprints or stranger footprints coming up to the tent. They have no signs of a struggle, just of an escape. They also have no weapon. So there's no clean explanation that ties the tent, the tree line, and the ravine together in like one cohesive storyline. Just 9 highly experienced hikers who cut themselves out of their own tent and walked directly into a chain of events that none of them survived. And this is when the conspiracy theories explode.
Can't wait to hear these.
Okay, so basically what they chop it all up to is like, listen, we got 9 people who died in the snow, and that's what we're going with. And then if you're wondering about Yuri, who went back, the guy with his hip, nobody knows. Okay, so conspiracy number 1 is the avalanche theory. This is the one the officials pushed the hardest. The idea is the group hears a rumble of an avalanche starting above them. They panic, cut open the tent to escape fast, and run downslope to get out of the path. Why people think it makes sense? Cutting out of the tent would line up. Running without gear lines up. The crushing injuries on the last 4 could look like pressure from the snow. But there is zero avalanche debris at the campsite. The tent was still partially standing, so if it killed people, it would have wrecked that tent.
Yeah.
Or that is great marketing for that tent company.
Can withstand anything.
Literally. The slope they were on is so shallow that modern avalanche experts straight up say it's not steep enough for it to have like a traditional snow slide. It would be like the bunny hill of avalanches. It wouldn't have caused this type of destruction.
Yeah.
So on top of that, there was also the footprints that were still visible. So those wouldn't have been visible if the avalanche had come through.
Yeah.
So yeah, officials love that one, but evidence does not love it back. Okay, this was a hard one for me to figure out. So it's a katabatic wind theory. It's more like science-y, but this one might make sense. So katabatic winds are these like sudden violent gusts that come down off mountains at these like insane speeds. They've literally blown experienced hikers off their feet in places like Antarctica and stuff. So, and they can also mess with people's minds. So the theory says a sudden wave of wind hits their tent, creating a deafening freight train roar, making them think the tent is about to be torn into shreds. So it's dark, loud, chaotic. They freak out, cut their way out, and they run. It also, again, can mess with their mind, so they're not thinking straight, which is why they like don't take a second to take in their surroundings.
Yeah.
Doesn't explain why they went so far from the tent, why they didn't regroup, why some had catastrophic internal injuries, why the footprints were orderly and not panicked, why they didn't just walk back to the tent once the wind passed. And then katabatic winds also hit fast but end fast. This group would have known that
before they got like all the way.
So it would have like, what I read is like it would have disoriented them for a minute, meaning like they would have gotten out of the tent, but they would have oriented themselves, knowing their level of expertise. They would have oriented themselves back
like
to,
pretty immediately.
Yeah. So like it's like an okay maybe, but it's a reach. So conspiracy number 3, the military testing theory. Okay, we're going to get spicy up in here. So the region of the Urals was actively used by the Soviet military for testing weapons, including things like parachute mines, which were basically bombs dropped from planes that explode above ground. People point to the fact that there were strange internal injuries with no external trauma. There were also reports of glowing orbs in the sky the same night.
Ooh.
So like from surrounding towns and such. I mean, it's pretty isolated, but like in Russia, I guess. So the government immediately getting involved with the search. Like, remember, they reported it to the authorities and they're like, we got this.
Like, don't do any looking around.
No. Then there were also like the missing body parts, which could have had something to do with
the testing,
radiation.
Oh.
Also, they found radiation on some of the hikers' clothing, which was interesting because why would they test the clothing for radiation? That's not something that like you do.
Yeah.
Like nobody's just.
It's not like standard procedure.
Unless it's like, yeah, I just happen to have a Geiger counter on me.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were very low levels, but they were still weird. So these type of like tests could cause a mid-air explosion that can create shockwaves strong enough to shatter ribs and skulls without leaving external injuries. It could also temporarily disorient or blind you, which could explain the group leaving the tent in the way that they did.
Mm-hmm.
No bomb fragments were found, no burn marks, and the Soviets love to hide their shit, so we'll never know. Conspiracy number 4. Infrared sound panic. Infrared sound is extremely low frequency sound that humans can't consciously hear, but your body feels it. It can cause panic, nausea, confusion, and intense dread.
Whoa.
So the theory here says a weird wind pattern over the mountain created infrared sound that triggered a sudden wave of fear inside the tent, sending the group outside in a blind, irrational attempt to escape the feeling. It explains the footsteps all leaving the tent. It's like they keep describing it as like panic without chaos. Like they're all like trying to get out of the tent, but then like the footsteps are all like
they know something's not right. They just know they need to leave.
Yeah. Also, the leaving without the gear, the slash tent, does not explain the injuries.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it explains step 1, but not all of the rest. This one is dumb, but I'm going to put it in here anyways. So they also think that they were attacked by indigenous people. There's zero evidence of this, but people like to theorize it, that there was like an indigenous group that attacked them. But this one is basically racist Cold War paranoia. It's garbage trash, but including it because it was in everything that I read. Conspiracy number 6, paranormal.
I was waiting for that.
So again, people saw orange spheres in the sky that same night. The radioactivity that they found. Hikers had some strange diary entries.
Mm-hmm.
So they made their own, like they're all friends. They're having a fun time on their hiking trip. And so they made this like made up newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
And in one of their little like fake newspapers, they said, "We know the snowmen are real."
Ooh.
Yeah.
Spooky.
I know. Then there's also like the missing tongues and eyes, which I couldn't find like a direct correlation to like what kind of cryptid that would be, or
maybe like a Yeti or something.
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
Yes. So that's basically what they're saying. Is it like, is it aliens? Is it a creature? Is it something that like we don't even know about? But like, who's to say?
Nobody was there.
Yeah. But I love that people go there.
It's also very valid.
Well, and the way that like some of the way that the bodies were found like lined up going back up the hill felt very like
strategically placed.
Yeah, like sending a message or like something like that.
Yeah.
And then again, people go back to the landslide, hypothermia.
Mm-hmm.
Shit just isn't lining up though. Because, like I said before, all of the injuries that happened, like if it was a natural cause or a nature caused it, why they would have all had vastly different injuries, and they all had very similar injuries.
Yeah,
like the crushed ribs, all of this stuff.
Yeah, and crushed ribs would make sense if there was like an avalanche, because if they're crushed by the millions of pounds of snow.
But like, why would
there wasn't
her
evidence.
tongue be removed?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because it's like also like if wildlife, like why would the animal just take the tongue?
Yeah.
That doesn't really happen.
And like, why would some of their footprints stay intact, but others
didn't? Yeah.
So
all the questions.
Yep. So bottom line is 9 experienced hikers didn't just get confused. They didn't just make a mistake. Something forced them out of that tent. Something pushed them into that snow. And something scattered their paths and killed them in 3 totally different ways. But whatever that something was, no one has ever proved it. The files were sealed, witnesses were silenced, and Dyatlov Pass is still one of the biggest unsolved wilderness and true crime mysteries on the planet.
Weird. I liked that one. I love those kinds of stories. I mean, I feel bad that they died, obviously.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
But like, I like those kind of like unsolved, like, it's just weird enough to be like, what? Who, when, where, and why?
Yeah. Like, why were some trying to climb up? Like, it was just nuts.
Bigfoot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bigfoot answer to your
answer to your crimes.
What you did? This was not done by man. I mean, the radiation is weird.
Yeah. But it was also like, that was the thing that I kept getting stuck up on was I was like, why would they test for that? Like, that's just not.
Like, one, why would they test for that? And two, they're in the middle of like nowhere. If you're saying the towns are so far away, like, where would the radiation be coming from?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I mean, obviously they probably have things on them like electronics, but that shouldn't, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird.
That's man.
Bigfoot or alien.
Yeah. The only acceptable reason. Well, yeah, that was a light Dyatlov because there's so much about it. And also it's called Dyatlov because the guy that led them, Igor Dyatlov. So it's not like Dyatlov's Pass. Like,
no, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Over-explaining.
Love it. Wait, so they had silenced witnesses?
Yeah, because there were like, so Yuri also brought up the fact that he saw Igor talking to some people in town and he thought that he was like, that those people were warning him not to go into like the area and stuff. Like there's all these things about like, but again, it's years and years later. So
yeah. Interesting.
Who's to know? I was just trying to give all of the different conspiracies
I love
that are
it.
around
It makes me want to like look into it too.
Yeah.
But I loved it.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll take a break, then we'll get into my story. Okay, and we're back.
We're back.
Okay. So I have kind of a fun one for you today.
Cool.
So Colleen, I got something to tell you.
Tell me.
I'm going to be covering the Fresno Nightcrawlers.
I don't
The word or the name Nightcrawler is just very creepy.
Yeah, I don't care for that.
But once I get into this, I'm positive you've heard of this.
Okay.
So let's just get into it.
Okay.
It's a quiet neighborhood on the edge of Fresno, the kind of place where the nights are still, the streets are empty after 10 p.m., and the loudest thing you'll hear is a dog barking 2 streets over, which in itself can be like creepy already. Why is it so quiet? A local man known publicly as Jose lived with his family in a small house surrounded by tall trees and a long curved driveway. Like most people in the area, he had an old security camera pointed at the front of the yard. There had been break-ins in the neighborhood, so the camera was more of a safety thing than anything spooky, like we're not trying to catch ghosts or Bigfoot.
Is it like that video you showed me of the thumb head? It's like that? Is that what that was?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was in Compton, and that was more recent than this.
Okay.
So this was in 2007.
Gotcha.
So one night, Jose... What?
Nothing. I was going to say, because I could debunk that real fast.
Oh, yeah?
Just kidding.
You'll probably want to debunk this one, too.
Yeah, but I'll find a way.
And if you haven't seen this, I want to make you watch a video.
Oh, no.
Okay. So one night in 2007, Jose woke up to a strange sound outside. Not loud, just enough to bother him. Like, not like anything like someone's breaking in, but like that woke me up. Now I'm gonna go back to sleep. So the next morning, he was like, let me check my security footage. And what he found, instead of what he would think it'd be like maybe a drunk person walking through his yard or like a dog or a raccoon or something, it would become one of the most famous pieces of paranormal footage on the internet. So When the footage started playing, Jose expected to see a raccoon, like I had just said, or someone walking across the lawn, but instead he saw something weird. Something thin and white moved across the screen. No torso, no arms, just two long, pale legs.
I'm already sweating. Is this like Slender Man looking?
Have you not seen these?
No.
Okay. They're not. It's weird. So it literally just looks like two legs walking. And I'll show you a video. It's not that bad.
No, I get it. I understand. You did a great job describing it.
Two pale white legs.
Perfect. I don't need visual.
Got it.
Yeah, I can see it in my head.
The creature looked like a
What?
a pair of pants strolling across the yard. Maybe someone's laundry that escaped. I don't know.
It's the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
The traveling white pants. They're slow, smooth, almost gliding. It was maybe 3 feet tall, with the legs like bending, like how like legs walk.
Sorry. 1 second.
What?
I remember one time taking my brother shopping, and we were in like high school. I don't think he'll care. It'll be fine. And we went to like PacSun or like one of those like cool, like the cool, I'm using air quotes, cool shops when you were like 16 or when we were 16, and he wanted to buy a pair of like white jeans. And I was like, brother, no. And he bought them. He bought them. I don't know if he ever wore them, but I feel like if he did, we would have like
made fun of him
endlessly.
I just imagine them being like really like crisp and white and straight.
Like very Justin Bieber at the time. Yeah. Sorry.
So maybe it was Mike back in 2007 walking.
No, if we're going back. When was this?
2007.
2007.
Our high school days.
I was just going to say, like when the like You're a Jerk was like popular.
You're a Jerk. I know. It's all dancing.
He started Soulja Boying out in the front yard.
Ask him what he was doing in 2007 in Fresno, California, in somebody's front yard.
I feel like I solved it.
Where were you?
Consider it debunked.
If that makes you feel better, debunked.
Cool.
So the legs are walking across the yard, and then a second one appeared, but smaller, almost like child legs. They walked side by side, silently crossing the yard before disappearing into the dark street. Jose was so shaken, he called the police, and when they showed up and reviewed the tape, even they weren't quite sure like what to make of it. They told him, well, it's definitely something. They didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
The footage eventually ended up in the hands of Univision reporters, and from there it spread across paranormal forums and TV shows. Nobody could explain it. No one had seen anything like it before. So, a few years later, a group of park rangers set up a motion-activated cameras in Yosemite. That's how you say it, right?
Yeah.
It's like, wait. Norman, cut that out.
Keep it. You said it right. Okay. Why would you cut it out?
I know it, but I don't know why I questioned myself.
You shouldn't.
Yosemite National Park. Their goal was to catch trespassers and vandals, not supernatural creatures, which I would totally set up cameras in a national park to see supernatural creatures.
Yeah.
But okay. So, but when they reviewed one of the videos, they saw something almost identical to the Fresno footage. 2 tall, pale, leg-like beings crossing through the woods. These ones were even stranger, thin, almost stick-like, moving with that same slow, drifting walk. The rangers said there was no one in the park at that hour. Nobody in costumes, no hikers, no pranksters. Just
no
pair of legs. No pranksters. Just legs.
Okay.
After the footage went viral, similar reports started popping up. One in Ohio in 2014. A family's yard camera caught a tall white walking figure moving across their driveway. And then in Poland, around 2017, they're international, I guess. a security camera filmed a pale walking figure with long legs and no visible body. None of these were as clear as the original Fresno video, but the walking pants shape was always the same. So there are tons of these videos. You can look them up on TikTok. I don't know if I've seen the original video, but I've seen a lot of them. And nowadays, they could definitely probably be made. But I would think in 2007, that would be harder to do. So there's a couple different theories. One being ghosts or spirits. Some say they're nature spirits, protectors of the land, or forest beings that aren't human at all. Their slow movements give them a peaceful, almost ritual-like vibe, like we're just checking it out. We didn't mean to set off your camera. Sorry. There was another theory that it could have been like a Native American nature spirit, but then it was like their nature spirits look nothing like that, so I left it out.
But then you brought it back.
But then I brought it back by bringing it up, so way to go.
That's okay. I feel like it's like part of the research, like, you know what I mean?
It was kind of dumb, that the theory.
Okay.
I mean, I think
because they don't look anything.
Yeah, like it's
Gotcha.
not really, not the nature spirits. I feel like the idea of nature spirits is really cool.
Yeah.
But it was just like, that's not a theory.
Nothing added up. And it's the same thing I said with the indigenous.
Yeah.
It's like,
just don't do it.
Yeah.
And then obviously number 2 is aliens.
Obviously.
So let's talk about that.
Okay.
For years before the Fresno Nightcrawler became famous, Fresno County had already been quietly building a reputation for strange activity in its skies. Locals were reporting low floating orb, lights drifting over farmland, disc-shaped craft hovering near irrigation canals, bright white flashes with no thunder, and even triangular objects gliding silently over vineyards near Highway 41. These weren't just random one-off stories. Many were submitted to, I think it's MUFON, Mutual UFO Network. I don't know, though. And
you're not a part of it?
I wish I was. I know they have like UFO conventions where all of them gather. Mm-hmm. We should totally go.
It's like ufologists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to be a ufologist. I don't know what it takes, but I will be one. And New Fork, National UFO Reporting Center. And they all describe the same eerie behavior: silent movement, straight line or zigzag flight paths, and a pale self-illuminated glow. What makes this even more compelling is that many of these sightings occurred within a 10-mile radius of where the Nightcrawler footage was captured. The most interesting overlap happened the same night the original Nightcrawler video was filmed, sometime around 2 to 3 a.m. Multiple Fresno residents, people who didn't even know each other and lived in different neighborhoods, reported seeing strange white orbs drifting low in the sky. On an anonymous local forum, witnesses described a pearl white orb floating over a field or a silent light moving north to south. A New Fork report from that same time frame claimed a basketball-sized orb passed silently across the field. The descriptions matched the Nightcrawler's coloring almost perfectly, the bright white glowing and seemingly lit from within. Because these sightings happened at the same time, the creature was recorded walking across the backyard. Cryptid researchers, which didn't know that was a job. If I did, I would be a cryptid you know what? I'm a cryptid researcher right now.
Yeah, you are. So honestly, yes.
Yeah.
Put it on your LinkedIn.
I will. I immediately get fired. They're like, okay. So cryptid researchers started wondering if the two events were connected. This is where the extraterrestrial theories pick up. People who believe the Nightcrawler is an alien point out that both the sky objects and the creature share that same light, like we just said, and the silent movement. The timing matches too. UFO sightings in Fresno spiked between 2006 and 2008, which is exactly when the Nightcrawler footage surfaced. Some researchers even argued that the Nightcrawler's body shape looked biomechanical, like a small probe or scouting device that doesn't need a torso or a head.
What?
Just walking around.
Not drones. Drones need legs. No,
they actually referred to it as a drone at some point. We'll get to it. So the idea is that whatever was glowing in the sky could have been dropping or releasing these walking
Okay.
bodies, is what we're getting at. And that theory, or I didn't dive too deep into it. I wanted to, but they think that the Greys released these orbs.
Of course.
They would.
They
right?
would.
They're obsessed with us.
I know.
So one of the more unusual theories in UFO circles is that the Nightcrawlers aren't biological at all, but are ornamental creatures or biomechanical scouts sent from a larger craft. People who support this idea think the creature's wobbly cloth-like movements looks like something built for low-gravity terrain. The lack of arms, hands, or facial features could indicate that it isn't meant to interact, just observe. Ufologists often compare them to odd drones, like you just said, reported in other cases like the Flatwoods Monster's so-called suit-operated helpers, the small walking devices seen in some abduction stories, or even orb-to-creature transformations reported in Brazil and Mexico. Which, side note, I'm going to cover the Flatwoods Monster eventually.
Okay.
Have you heard of that?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I was like, should I include it in this? But it's its whole other
deserves
story.
its own.
Yeah. So there's also the larger environmental pattern that ties Fresno to UFO activity. The rural outskirts of the city are basically perfect for strange and aerial behavior, huge open fields, very little light pollution, and quiet farmland where you can see for miles at night. Some areas even act like natural signal dead zones. Most of the sightings happen in places like vineyards, orchards, canal roads, and wide stretches of unlit back roads. The exact same types of areas where night crawlers have been spotted. So finally, the Ohio Nightcrawler sighting deepened the connection. Not only did it feature the same leg-only creature, but Ohio was also having a wave of UFO sightings at that time, including triangular crafts and fast-moving white lights reported near Dayton. This led some researchers to suggest that nightcrawlers might appear in locations with recent UFO activity, almost like they're following something bigger.
Oh, no.
And then obviously the last theory is a hoax.
No.
But these are weird. So they say it could be a marionette string. The pants are like do. Someone's just like way up there walking up.
Not only is that lazy for a hoax theory, that's a lazy hoax theory.
I know. Well, listen to the rest of them.
Okay.
A costume.
A costume?
Which I don't know how you would. Maybe. But out of like all over the world of these sightings. And I'll show you pictures. Like, I feel like that would be hard to like do those movements. Another theory from the skeptics. A kid in oversized pants.
Mm-hmm.
The last one, a puppet pulled by a fishing line.
Okay.
No one has ever proven the Fresno footage was faked, and the original witnesses refused publicity or money, which makes a hoax unlikely. So
I'm going to look at Justin Bieber's touring dates during that.
Where was he?
Child in oversized.
Hold
tights.
on. I need you to see these.
Oh, gross. I don't like it. Tayler, I don't like it.
She said, hell no. You guys can look it up on YouTube. Just search Fresno, California Nightcrawler video footage. You want to see what we just saw? Colleen hates it. So.
Mm-hmm. I didn't like that at all.
I mean, I would not like to see it on my Ring camera. But yeah, so that's the Fresno Nightcrawlers.
That was terrifying.
Well, I'm glad you liked it.
The video.
She was just like immediately like, no.
Yeah.
No. Get it out.
Burn your iPad.
She likes the idea of the Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
So that concludes our episode for today. Thank you guys for listening. And if you want to send us any stories, you can email us at
igsttystories@gmail.com.
Or you can reach out to us on social media.
IGSTTY pod, which is also where you can go find where our live shows are coming up.
You can go find accurate information.
Yeah. Not the absolute chaos that happened earlier.
But we're on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. And then, as always, don't forget to rate us and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you listen to us. It makes a huge difference.
Yes, it does. And thank you to the people that have been doing that.
Yeah. We see you.
We
see you when we thank you.
All right. Later.
Thanks for listening. Bye.